All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Just Imagine Stan Lee's Justice League of America, JLA, from DC Comics, drawn by Jerry Ordway, with Michael Osland and David Barron. We have also a back cover. This is by Adam Hughes, that's how you say it. So this cover is then by Jerry Ordway, I guess, right? Yeah. Is it? Yeah, this is Jerry Ordway. Anyway, I only have read so far Justice League's Wonder Woman. From this series. It's not really a series, just basically all one-shots. I recently discovered that I also have Batman, I have the Green Lantern. Not sure if I have the Flash and Superman. But I realized they cram as much as possible into these books, and somehow it just doesn't work because you can make a cool one shot, but still you have to, get invested in a character. And with only one book, and because this is a team book, you're not gonna do it unless you make a series about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 issues of Superman or the Flash, and bring that character to life and tell a story that people can get invested in, instead of, hey, we have all these characters, we cram them together, and here you go. And that's a little bit one of my biggest problems that I have with this book. And so without further ado, let's dive in and just put a light on so you can see better. So we have these people. Now the downside is with too much light, you probably don't say everything because of the red. Brock Smith, these are our killers, right? Deke and Lucinda, and they are here at death row, and they are about to be executed. But there's also some purple eyes staring at them because it seems that they are being, approached by whatever this mysterious character is for reasons. So they are going to, be executed, right? And she's a man killer, and he has killed people with bare hands, and well, more like that, right? The art's Jerry Ordway. I'm a big fan of Jerry Ordway's. He's a classic Superman artist, and a lot of detail. But then they're being whisked away or teleported away into safety, and they become the Doom Patrol. Really. So don't bother with all remembering all this because there is no story before this except for the one shots. So there is no backgrounds of all of these characters, and so. Yeah, and that makes it a little bit difficult for me to connect. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not good either because, like I said, so this is Adam Strange here, and this is the Green Lantern. He's a professor, right? So he's walking away, and it seems that Adam Strange is being hunted by none other than the Doom Patrol. And this guy calls himself Deathstroke. The woman calls themselves Parasite, and the other one Blockbuster. I know Parasite and Deathstroke. Blockbuster is not really a known villain to me, to be honest. All right, so they want to kill this kid, right? But then Green Lantern comes in and he says, "Hey, I saved you. What did they want from you?" And Blockbuster, throws a card, but the Green Lantern, cuts it in two with his powers, right? And okay, they escape, and then this goon or idiot just bumped into the villains. So they did it. The writers did that deliberately to show how evil these guys are. So he touches them, and he's dead. Right. All right. So they are a menace. So Green Lantern needs to rest because he does not have unlimited powers. So Adam Strange says, "Hey, I was broke and I need money," and so he goes to a church. He had cash in a box. So and then he says a reverend pulls these guys from death row and gave them powers. But then Green Lantern says, "You're telling me that Dark created them?" Now I don't know who Dark is. It's not being revealed. Maybe in his one shot that's been revealed that I haven't read before. So. To the reader, it says that Green Lantern knows this guy, but nowhere in this particular piece of dialogue is been revealed that this guy is called Dark, which is a little bit sloppy. And it seems that Adam Strange is also, a little bit hyperactive, meaning, telling him what to do is very, in his face. So Green Lantern says, okay, I'm going to reach out to other heroes and try to reach them because that's what Adam Strange wants. So he's going to Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, and the Batman, right? And try to contact them. Green Lantern makes an offer from, hey, let's band together for this evil, and they're gonna do that. So they're being led to some kind of a green flame, and they're all being transformed. And what surprised me is that Superman has his Lois Lane as his agent. He says, "I'm your manager. You gotta trust me. You need to go. I sent a camera crew to film you in action." It gives him good publicity. And he says, "All right, anything to stop your yapping." He says, "Think of the TV offers, the movie and games." So the most level-headed guy here is the Batman. And all right, but he is hiding because he wants to know what's going on. And he says, "I don't get the green aura stuff. What is it? How does it work?" So he says, "If you touch my chest, I will..." That sounds so weird. "If you touch my chest, I will show you." But then Superman says, "Hey, don't do that because I don't trust him, right? And you're just a kid." So Superman touches him, but Green Lantern wants him not to press, too deep, right? Otherwise something happened. But it does it anyway. "You touched the symbol too hard. And then it activated my protective force field." And Adam Strange, Adam Strange, what's that I'm saying? Why am I saying Adam Strange? It's not Adam Strange, it's... Well, it is Adam Strange. What? I was confused with the other Strange guy. Let's forget that. Anyway, so he's acting like, I don't know, he's very aggressive. He says, let me in. I need the one protecting." He's all over the place. And but Superman is also a little bit obnoxious here. He's a little bit cocky. He doesn't really care. But then it seems that the source of the GL's powers is not, a power battery from the stars, but more like planet Earth called Yggdrasil, right? And he's talking to Superman that he needs to trust GL for, the evil in the world, except that Superman needs to help him protect the world. He says, "No one leaves me, not even if some crazy talking tree says so. Now get that force field off us. Fought you not evil on your own home worlds? What do you know about where I'm from? Much do I know, much must I learn." Talks a little bit like Yoda. He says, "Can you help me back?" And he says, "Well, maybe, but I promise nothing." We never see this particular scene again, so that's not going to happen. But then, out of nowhere, the bad guys are here. How? I don't know, but they are here. So Blockbuster is, destroying the pier, but, they have the force fields. Adam Strange wants to get away. But, oh no, Deathstroke wants to kill him. Wonder Woman comes in and, there's a fight breaking out, right? So GL says, "Hey, Batman's in trouble. I need a few seconds to get my power back." So Superman comes in and he says, "Hey, Curly, regards from Jaka Hughes's." Yggdrasil. "Watch it, man. You almost decked me." So this Superman is careless, a little bit self-absorbed, I guess. And which gives us a fun scenario here and there. He says, "What's with your fur face? I saved you from being crushed. You tell me to watch it. It would take more than an overgrown luptard to crush me. Anyway, I saw you had a hard twist your arm to join the fight. Smatter. Afraid of getting your hair mussed?" So they're calling each other up, and then Wonder Woman says, "Hey, we don't have time for your macho rivalry." But then Parasite enters Superman's body, and that's something strange. So here's the part that the story's derailing. So suddenly she says, "I'm gonna tackle the creep Reverend Dark." Why? You mean he's the one who helped you and created you, give you powers? Why would you go back to do what? All right, so he says, "Goodbye, muchachos," and she is taking off in Superman's body. Well, they are the rest of the GLA, not really GLA, is getting their asses kicked. And so he's still not full power, Green Lantern, and Deathstroke comes in and he wants to touch him, and he's also, doing something with his body. He says, "Now for the final death touch. Forget it, man. He's finished, says the other one. We gotta hurry and join Parasite at Dark's. What? Why? You just can kill him. Why don't you do it? All right. So yeah, Strange says I need to find Superman because it's his only hope. All right. So Batman comes in and he's saving the bodies and he's realizing that this is Wonder Woman, and then somehow the police comes, and so it seems that they are not really on the. Well, maybe they are vigilantes. I'm guessing. So Flash comes a little bit too late, and she's actually joining the fight. And so yeah, they're jumping into the Batcopter, and they are flying away, and the cops can do nothing about it. And basically, they have now a little bit of a talk here about Green Lantern being grateful that he's been saved, right? And then he says. That hey, we weren't familiar with each other's powers, nor did we know the limits. And this is our first time we ever fought as a team. But if you can get our act together, I bet we could be as the best there is at what we do. But then we have a little bit, Green Flash here. She is young and very excited, and she says, "Hey, can I call you Greenie?" And she, "Hey, you can call me whatever you want, as you're part of the team, as long as you're part of the team." Said, "Hey, I'm feeling like I'm sort of origin issue. My dad used to say, if you get a lemon, make lemonade. So I figure if you get a superpower, join the superpower team or the superhero team." All right, but then Green Lantern says, "Hey, I like your enthusiasm, but this isn't a game. You should know from what you're getting into. The bad guys don't play by the rules. For a guy who's trying to form a team, you're sure one lousy salesman, Greenie. Sounds like you're trying to turn me off." He's just being realistic there, says Wonder Woman. If we band together, we must do it with our eyes wide open. So even Batman then comes in, right? We have some banter. So Superman, still possessed, is, I don't know, some invisible green barrier, a purple barrier. So Superman just, I believe he still can talk and has his, own mind, but he doesn't act like he is, that is a problem for him, that his body's being controlled by this woman. He basically says, "Hey, I am no puny earthling loser. Here's what taste of what Superman can do. Why aren't you angry that you are being controlled, dude?" Makes no sense. Anyway, but he can get in. Gotta rest while remembering. Catch my breath. I never give up. So Strange comes in. He says, "What? Now I need a pep talk from a kid?" He says, "I can help you. You'll find out soon enough. I'm no ordinary kid." So he says, "Hey, if you just punch here and give it your best shot, then you got to break in." But then it seems his eyes are starting to glow and he's blasting the shield. So it seems that he is not really what it seems. "Okay, Halfpen, get out of the way and give me room. I'm going for broke. I'll show you why they call me Superman." Man, you sound like a fucking loser, like some kind of a jock. Anyway, so he says, "We're in, you did it. Who made you the town crier? Now stay out of the way while I find that guy Dark and see what it's all about. Wherever he is, I'll get him. And it doesn't matter what planet I'm on, no felon ever escaped me." So, but then the rest of the Doom Patrol comes in, wants to kill the kid, but then, oh no, it's the Justice League comes in, saving the day, right? Again, the art looks good. Traditional art looks fantastic. I'm glad we picked that name. You make a great title for a movie. It's just The Flash. All right, I like that. But then, Adam Strange says, "Hey, crush those flying fools." And these are a little bit surprised. He says, "I don't get who's on whose side," because just a minute ago they want to kill him, and so he says, "I am no one's side. Adam Strange only side with Adam Strange. I plan it so you all annihilate each other. Like they say, Hollywood's a tough town." And the Green Lantern says, "What? You deceived us? How can it be?" Idiot. All right, so there's a fight breaking out. Okay, again. But there are just two guys, right? And so GL wants to come in, into to the church. And So yeah, the fight is fun, but they are way more people, so they must be. Although Blockbuster is pretty stronger than maybe Wonder Woman, and this guy's got a death touch, but he cannot touch Flash. Meanwhile, Superman is battling, I don't know, the legions of doom, these henchmen. Superman, we're here. We come to help. Who needs you, Junior? I'm having myself a ball. What's this dialogue? So you have invaded the sanctum of Dominic Darrk. You so-called hero possesses more power than I expected. and he says, you should not have come here, Adam. I had to come to show you that I no longer fear you. My power is now the equal of yours, my father. Yes, I know that I'm your son. So this whole story about him breaking in this church and stealing money was all fake. And he's possessed the sapphire of Ragnar, whatever that is. Then it was not lost. You stole it. Another reason for me banish you from existence. All right. I know you never wanted to share your master plan. I was young. You feared my power will become greater than yours. I mean, what power? This is just an amulet. You don't have any power, as far as I know. All right. Now I'll share nothing. Now I have it all. Stand you aside, Superman. This is between me and my now doomed progeny. All right, so these two having a fight, right? But then Superman says, "Nah, I'll kick your ass in," because he says, "Hey, Mister, killing your kid is a big no-no where I come from, dude. You're still possessed. What is wrong with you?" And that's it, Superman. That's it. Finish him off. Do as the boy says, so I can absorb Dark's power, says the parasite. Finish him off, you say? Yeah, sure, that is what I'll do. But I don't get it. Why isn't he fighting back? Dude, this guy's totally okay being controlled and, killing some dude. It's not what heroes do, Superman. All right, but he's pounding on Dark, but, somehow he doesn't do any damage. And he says, who are you? Where do you get your power? I am Dominic Darrk. That is all you need to know. My power comes from a source beyond your comprehension. And now you shall behold what the Lord of the Ragnar Sapphire can do. My acolytes have seen me suffer as another blow. They came not forth to lay down their lives for me. For that they must perish. So just because they don't help you, they need to... Yeah, okay. They need to die. This comic is weird, man. All right, so... And then Green Lantern comes in and he says... The church is like a maze. I thought I lost them. What do you mean this is like a maze? It's just a church. It's not that big. What are you talking about? All right, but then this is happening. So Adam Strange says, hey, I can help you. I've proved that my evil can match your own. But then Dominic Darrk says, nah, you will betray me again. And I know that well, for are you not the flesh of my flesh? You have the power that may one day be equal of mine. That is why you must die. So he kills him. He says, I will return, or something like that. And then he's dead. Now, this is also strange. All right. So he says, now, for you who have taken possession of the one called Superman, Parasite, right? I command you, leave the body of your host, for I myself shall absorb your power. Wait a minute. You just created the Doom Patrol. Now you want the powers again? Why? And in doing so, don't you just kill them in the process? Or maybe they're going to turn human again because you absorbed the power that you granted them in the first place? But then Green Lantern comes in. It's getting weirded by guys. I must fear we must delay our little tryst, my dear. I bequeath you now to this rash intruder, and I shall control you both. And she says, yeah, sure, that's a good idea. What? This guy just wants just to kill you a second ago, and now you are totally fine that you are being controlled by Dark, and your power is to control other people's. Isn't that contradicting? All right, he says, welcome to the dark side, Green Lantern, or should I say the purple side? Ha, 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 ha. Anyway, Green Lantern says, no, my power will never be yours. Indeed, tell that to my newest acolyte who is about to control your actually psyche. So, and Green Lantern says, hey, I need you, Superman. And, all right, I do what I can, but how do you fight when the rules keep changing? Stop asking questions, Superman, just punch people. All right, so the rest of the Justice League is battling the Doom Patrol, and yeah. Now, this is happening, right? So, it seems that Batman has figured out that whatever Blockbuster is, attacking, he's somehow protecting his face. So therefore, his face is the weak point somehow, and it is true. So Wonder Woman comes in, uses a staff, and then his armor is breaking, and he is now human again, right? So he says, what's happening to me? I have no more super strength. Anyway, I beat the electric chair. I can still make a break for it. Hold it, man. Watch out where you're running. So there's an electric cable here, and oh no, he's getting electrocuted. Isn't that, his sentence when he was in prison? How awful. He electrocuted himself. But then Batman says, well, look at the bright side. He saved the state the trouble. Dude, don't say that. All right. And then the Flash, who was actually a young girl, I guess I can't keep you up forever. So happy landings. I've noticed he's too smart to touch himself with his deadly hands. Where did you come up with that idea? So she has an idea to, fool him by standing still, and he's attacking, and then, oh no, he's touching himself, and he's now deleted himself. Next said, watch out who you're grabbing. Come to think of it, there won't be a next time. Did you are responsible for just killing this man, Flash? All right. Then we have one left, right? Or two. So the Justice Leagues are now fully formed, and yeah, so they're attacking. The art, like I said, the art looks good, right? But then Green Lantern says, I'm possessed by the female called Parasite. She is controlling my will. I'm losing the power of the green. It's very all on the nose. We all know that's Parasite because he's been telling that, the whole time. I mean, are you jumping or flying, by the way? Doesn't matter. So Flash is doing her willy power to keep Dark off balance, right? So Wonder Woman and Superman are attacking relentlessly Dark. And so Batman says, hey, we need to get rid of Parasite. And Parasite, the Green Lantern is mine. I'll use his power to destroy you all. But then Batman says to Green Lantern, he smacks his face. He says, hey, you never get control of any of us. Find a way to get out of here. What am I doing? Hitting my partner ain't gonna help. Can't do with force. I have to think of something else. But then it's too late. His power is finally mine, and she's taking over his body. But then, I don't know, because maybe Batman slap, Yggdrasil, the power within, is contacting Lucinda. And your time on Earth has long since passed, it says. I offer you that which you always sought. A voice, but not a voice. I hear it inside my head. So Yggdrasil says, I know your pain and anguish of your youth. I know the beatings and child abuse and the cruelty you endured, the forces beyond your control that shape your life. Abandon your evil ways and accept the eternal peace I offer you. And she says, yeah, okay. And that's it. She's got, yeah, that'll do. Right? You're just being executed, a day ago or a couple hours ago, and then you are wanted to be whisked away because, because of the dark. And now you said, let's delete myself and then do it. Anyway, Green Lantern is Green Lantern again, right? And he says, Dark is way too powerful, but he mustn't know, and he's also, weak. I need to bluff him. So he's basically defeating the rest of the Justice League. And he says, it's over, evil one. I order you to turn and face the fate that awaits you. Who dares? The Green Lantern by authority of the Justice League. Impossible. The female had possessed you, and yet you stand in full control. So he's basically bluffing, says, hey, I have the power of Yggdrasil and you have the shades of darkness. Delete your force sphere, release my allies, or we shall see if the dark can withstand the light of Yggdrasil. And Dark says, all right, I'm going away because I'm scared. Better to save the fruits of victory when the final battle is joined. I'll take my leave for now. And that's it. So they are being, I don't know, been transported outside of the church, and Lois Lane says, hey, and Superman says, hey, where do you come from? You can't have a major battle inside the church without the press hearing about it. The publicity could get your own series. So, okay, then it says, hey, let's get out of here. And Green Lantern says, hey, touch my chest, and then we go to another place. And they are now in the forest. And he looks like the guy from Blanking, you know, the blue guy within the powers. You know which, well, I mean, probably not. Why am I forgetting? Not the Minuteman. Watchman, yes, that guy. The very immortal, uber-powered guy. He looks a little bit like him. Anyway, welcome to the primeval home of Yggdrasil. Beneath its eternal branches, we've found shelter and sanctuary. Basically, they are coming together, giving each other handshakes and pats on the back and make jokes, and that's the end of the book. All right. So is it good? No. Is it fun? Somewhat. I mean, I don't know. It's just not that good, right? You know, the art is good. It needs more time in the oven, I guess, when it comes to story. But still, for one shot, yeah. No, not really. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I see you next time. Bye-bye.